Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to get into the topic of self-love. So self-love is the art of listening and one of the hardest arts to attain. And I think many of us may agree with that because we know that it's much easier to build a discipline around something you want to accomplish than around accepting yourself for who you are and seeing yourself for who you are and knowing yourself for who you truly are and then embodying that who you truly are, so you can really start living in accordance with your own needs, your own standards, your own vision, and build your life around it and kind of invite into your life those who can resonate with that energy that is yours, that, you know, when you say those are my people, when you with gratitude and with love you honorably say those are my people, that's where I feel safe, that's where I feel at home, that's where I feel like this is where I belong. And it all starts with the self-love. It all starts with the self-acceptance and seeing yourself, truly seeing yourself, perceiving yourself, so you can know what you deserve, so you can know what is for you, so you can know what's best for you, right? Because sometimes when you're in a wrong environment, it will be much easier for you to think there's something wrong with you than noticing that you're actually in the wrong environment. Like if you put a plant into a wrong environment, it will start dying. But when you find yourself in a wrong environment, you start dying as well. You start saying to yourself there's something wrong with you. You start perceiving yourself like there's something wrong with you. And that's what starts decreasing your confidence, your creativity, your willpower, your energy. And that's how you start dying. So the art of self-love is firstly noticing where you belong, noticing how you want to live, how you deserve to live, and what you really need, right? Like a plant, when plant knows exactly what it needs, how much oxygen it needs, how much light it needs, how much water it needs. It knows because it's aware. And you are aware as well, just a little bit more, right? But because of your mind, you can easily wander into unnecessary places sometimes, and you forget what you need. So the art of self-love truly is the art of listening. Not with your ears, but with your heart. Listening to your own needs. Listening to your own needs. What does it mean? It means, well, right now I need people who will support me. Right now I need company that will lift me up. Right now I need to do something to shake off this stress. Right now I need to say no to those people, no to my boss, no to that thing, to say yes to myself. This is self-love. But then on a physical level, I need healthy nutrition. I want to feel alive. I want to feel life. And to feel life, are you putting life into your body? How are you treating your body, nurturing your body? You know, self-love is truly giving life to yourself so you can feel alive. And it all comes to nutrition, to food, to what you're drinking, what you're doing with your body. Are you moving it? Because people who truly love themselves, those are not people who are procrastinating on what can make their lives better. People who truly love themselves, they are devoted to what is making their lives better. And once we really figure that out, we notice, well, I know that I deserve the best for myself, so I will give the best to myself. And then we start thinking, what is the best? Because we've been so programmed to think limited, to think from that small level of what we need according to what we have. But we have to step outside of that frame and recognize, well, I deserve much more. I deserve to be free. I deserve to be joyful. I deserve to be passionate for living. I deserve to be creative. I'm a creator. I deserve to be creative. This is my birthright. This is my natural state. So why I'm not in that state? And then when we question that, we notice what is lowering us down, right? And you know, if you've ever took care of any plant, you know, if you're not talking right to that plant, it will be dying. If you're not nurturing it well, it will be dying. If it's not in the right place, it will start dying. So look at yourself as that plant. Just that you are stronger, you are much more resilient, much more adaptable, but still you are like that plant. You have to make sure you're speaking to yourself right. You have rich thoughts for yourself. You're taking care of that inner garden. You know that quote, when you take care of your inner garden, butterflies will come. So stop chasing the butterflies, but rather take care of your inner garden and butterflies will come. Stop chasing love and take care of your inner garden. Become more loving towards yourself when it comes to the way you speak to yourself. You think about yourself, you see yourself, you perceive yourself. When you look into the mirror and you see yourself, how do you see yourself? Do you see your weaknesses as something you want to let go of, as something you want to push aside and you only want to focus on the positive? Or do you see everything as a part of the whole of what makes you unique? Because when you see yourself, you will notice, well, there is a space for improvement. But it doesn't mean you're a bad person if you have those weaknesses. You are bad at many different things, but it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means that you're a work in progress. Nobody here is perfect. If we would be perfect, we would not need to be here, because we are in the process of self-perfection. Not to be a perfectionist, but to become the most evolved version of yourself you can be, and that is a process of self-perfection. But it doesn't mean that you should already be there, because if you would already be there, you would be in a different position right now. You would be most probably a master teacher, a mystic, a magician, or whoever. You would be in a different position. But to get there, you don't get there by force. You get there by loving yourself to such a degree that you start to see your weaknesses as unshaped diamonds that require awareness and require love. Only through love we create new life, right? Only through love we create something new. Sure, we can force something. Like in business, you can have a great plan and great discipline and work hard, but you will always exchange results for something. And most of the time for your own health or for your own life. So only when we do things with love, in exchange we receive more love. And that's the power of love. So the power of love allows us to experience more love, because energy always comes through you, right? When you're speaking, you firstly experience the energy, so then you can express it. So whatever you do, everything firstly comes through you, so we can give it, so we can express it, so we can talk about it, right? So when you do something with love, you firstly experience that love. When you do something with force, you experience force. When you do something with hate, you experience hate, and then you share it. When you do something with anger, you experience anger, and then you share it. So it's really about teaching ourselves to be more loving. And in order to be more loving, we have to learn to balance the masculine and feminine energies. Because if masculine is will, feminine is awareness, right? If masculine is order, feminine is chaos. And many people who are out of balance are afraid of one or another. Are you afraid of order? Are you afraid of chaos? If yes, it means that you're too much in one side. And it's a really, really hard thing to attain sometimes, to get into the other side and not falling out, right? Like, if you're a person who has everything in order, everything organized, always everything almost perfect, one chaotic thing can completely mess you up. But that's where feminine energy comes into place and mess things up a little bit. So it can create space for new life, right? That's how life works. Life is not perfect. Life is imperfectly perfect. It is constantly making new space. Like Earth experiences an earthquake and it gives life to something new. Like in the past it happened, continents were separated and things changed and created new space for new life, and that's just how life works. And we can see it as a destruction or we can see it as a process of transformation. Life is breaking you up sometimes. In relationships, in your personal life, you're breaking up. But you can see it as a chaotic phase where your life is falling apart. You can see it like that. You can be broken because of that, but love would see it as a process of transformation. And that's where you become the alchemist, because alchemy in ancient times was the science of transformation, to see everything as a process of transformation, to see everything or to see a capacity in everything to be transformed into its better expression, until it becomes its greatest expression, so that certain thing has mastered itself. So we're constantly kind of mastering ourselves, but we don't know what it means. Those are just words until we experience it and we become really, really so good at something that we say, oh, now I know it all. But we never know all. We never know everything. So we have to be opened, right? We have to have open mind and look at everything as a student. That's love, that's self-love, constantly learning. A part of us becomes a master teacher, but still that other part is a master student, right? Constantly learning. And that is the balance between the masculine and feminine energies. And we can only attain that level of self-love once we start looking at everything as an expression of unity. An expression of unity. We see things are divided, but they are all coming from one place, one state of consciousness. And if everything comes from that one state of consciousness, nothing is good and bad. Even though sometimes it looks like that from our limited perception. But if we would really look onto it from a higher point of view, we would notice that actually things are just separating so they can come together with greater wisdom. And again, wisdom is then this byproduct of transformation. And transformation can only happen when something opens up, becomes vulnerable, and it creates space for something new, for a new life, right? And it's happening in our daily lives every single day. So sometimes we experience a disease, sometimes we experience a burnout, sometimes we experience breakups, sometimes we experience breakdowns, only so we can experience breakthroughs. But between the breakdown and the breakthrough is a phase where we're learning to accept what is happening and to make the most out of it, do our best at it, without trying to be like we were in the past, but seeing what it is teaching us to become, what or who our dreams wanting us to become. And that is an art, right? Because when you see a blank canvas, I'm a painter, I'm an artist. When you see a blank canvas, an artist never sees a blank canvas. Artist always sees a finished painting, or at least a beginning of the painting on a blank canvas. And that's the art of love. That's when artist falls in love with the process of creation. And only that way he can create a painting or a music or whatever. So the art of self-love is to accept where you are right now and to see the present phase as a phase which is giving birth to a new self. So, in other words, you are right now in a phase where you're becoming a new self, but only through love you will become a new self. By giving yourself what you need. And don't think from your mind, I need money, I need this, I need that. But look within your heart, what do you need? You have to become a sort of a poet if you want to experience love towards yourself. You can't be logical all the time. Sometimes you have to really go deep into yourself to sense what you need. Because your mind may say, I need to work harder. But your heart will say, you need to spend more time in nature. And if you will spend more time in nature, maybe a great idea may hit you that can completely transform your life. And it was not through hard work, but actually through giving space and time a little bit to where you are right now and to look at your life from another perspective. So self-love to me truly is the art of living, and it's far from easy thing to attain, far from easy, because if it would be easy, I think more people would really love themselves and there would be much less fights and wars on this planet. But we can see that we're not on that level yet. So I love you, my friends, and I'm not good with loving myself yet. I'm not good at it, even though I am becoming better and better every single day. But I know how interesting this process is, how much you think you know something until you have a period in your life where you are challenged and you notice, well, you still have some more love to give to yourself, to not be so hard on yourself, and to actually look at yourself as a brave person, as a magnificent person, an incredible person, being, soul that has been through a lot and is here to create a lot out of what we've been through, right? To create the best out of it. Not through forcing, but through loving what we do. Through loving what we do. So a person who's really loving towards himself loves what he's doing and is doing what he loves. So we have to make this shift and stop doing more of what you don't like, so you can start doing more of what you truly love and become good at it, so good at it that you will start shining every time you do it. And when you start shining, you don't need to do much to be seen, because it will speak for itself. It will be seen by itself, and people will feel it and will be attracted to it because there's just power to love. And I think that is truly the art of living. So my friends, I hope you found something valuable today. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. It's the old one. I've made it, I think, in 2018, and it's about the heart. You can see the vibrant heart, the open heart. And heart is our creative center. Once we open it up, we experience life in a different way. Not from survival, but from creation. We recognize that actually more we create, more we give, and more we give, more beautiful we feel. And if we really give from gratitude, from love, from appreciation, we just feel more gratitude, more love, more appreciation. And through those acts, life becomes really, really incredible. We just feel really incredible. And what I've experienced every time I do that, I get so incredible ideas. And if I implement them, they transform my life. So it's just like a magic. You give more through love, through appreciation, through gratitude, and you receive more incredible ideas that can just amplify your life even more. So my friends, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for supporting my art in our Etsy shop, AttractPassion. The link is in the description of this video. We are running a fresh sale, so go there, check it out. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, one love.